Salvador is the first country to accept Bitcoin as legal tender, despite widespread domestic skepticism and international warnings of risks for consumers. President Nayib Bukele says the move will give many Salvadorans access to bank services for the first time and save some $400 million in fees on remittances sent home from abroad every year.
Welcome to Bitcoin Beach, a tiny Pacific El Salvadorian coast town where hundreds of local businesses have accepted Bitcoin for years, attracting many digital nomads from all over the world. The people have long profited from the rise of Bitcoin. Now it's time for the rest of the country to embrace the cryptocurrency.
So we're seeing for the first time people accumulating wealth and accumulating savings that they can buy a new roof for their house or buy a cow, send their kids to school, and these were opportunities they didn't have before.
The government is installing more than 200 Bitcoin ATMs all over the country. The president has promised $30 for anyone who adopts the new currency, like this barbershop.
The currency has a future. We believe that with the government's implementation in the country, its value will increase and this will generate greater profits.
However, 70% of Salvadorians do not embrace the new currency that now exists along the US dollar as legal tender, according to a recent poll. Most people say they don't want to download the so-called Chivo electronic wallet that allows users to buy and spend Bitcoin. I don't like that. I don't accept it, even for a moment. When I'm asked how much money I made, I like to take out a roll of bills and say, look, this is the roll of bills, and I see my money, how much I've made. That's a scam. That's robbery. I don't like that. I like to go shopping with bills. Experts and regulators have highlighted concerns about the cryptocurrency's notorious volatility, which could be very dangerous to the livelihoods of people living in poor countries. Bitcoin fell beneath $30,000 in June, less than half its all-time high of more than $64,000 just 2 months earlier.
We're now joined by Katharine of Dacxi. That's a cryptocurrency program. Welcome. Now, the implementation has been rocky. Many Salvadorians have had problems with downloading the digital wallet. Bitcoin has taken a dive on these developments. Was this all done just too hastily?
Yeah, sure. So I think, it's very much it's a first. No other country has accepted it as legal tender. In terms of PR, it was done very well. It was announced during a massive Bitcoin conference. And I think, to be the first country, I think will always give you some issues. I think it's a great idea. If El Salvador, of course, they've got some issues in terms of remittances. They're over 20% of their GDP. And often some of those locals are charged 50% for converting money. So I think it makes sense. But of course, there are some teething issues, not least of all in making sure that hearts and minds are converted to using it.
Now, the likes of the International Monetary Fund have warned against adopting crypto as legal tender, citing risks to financial stability and consumer protection. Is all that worth the benefits of cheaper remittances, as you've said?
Yes, I think particularly for El Salvador, you have to appreciate that about 70% of their population are unbanked. About 50% of the population have no access to internet. So I think in order to make that a part of the financial infrastructure, it's a big ask, but I think it's a big problem they're trying to fix. And I think probably crypto is the only solution to that problem.
Now, 70% of Salvadorans are unbanked, as you say, and that's about the same proportion that are against the Bitcoin law. But I want to ask you, so other countries may be looking to El Salvador now as a sort of trailblazer when it comes to adopting crypto as legal tender. Will they be looking at a bit of a cautionary tale at this stage?
Yeah, sure. So I think South America is a very obvious place to start. Of course, it's a very popular theme in politics that the US has too much power. So I think a lot of South American countries will be looking to follow suit. I think obvious candidates would include Argentina, Venezuela, Mexico. Paraguay is already talking about crypto-friendly legislation. So across the region, there's a lot of crypto expertise. The crypto platform I work for, in fact, has a large tech team in Brazil. So I think, look, they've got the expertise. I think particularly with the younger population, if you look at the protests that were had in El Salvador, it was predominantly an older crowd. So retirees, veterans, particularly were concerned that they would be receiving Bitcoin when they much prefer dollars. So I think really it's best looked at as a dual economy. The citizens have got really the opportunity to have both now, either dollars or Bitcoin, depending on what they want. And I think particularly you'll see that younger crowd very much embracing that.
Katharine Willer from cryptocurrency platform Dacxi, thank you for your time today.